Good evening, everyone. John Randall again. How we doing? Going to start doing another chapter in my book, chapter 14 of It's Time to Open Up, Not Man Up. But firstly, just got to do my little promo bit. So my book is on Amazon. On hardback, it's £12, and it's a free download on Kindle. Have a look. If you buy it, have a look at it, read it, give me a review, let me know what you think. Might help you. There's 31 chapters talking about men's mental health, and I break it down bit by bit, and I try and make it as simple as possible. And I try and make it, I've read it in like a poetry form, so it's quite easy to read. So by all means, have a look, see what you think. Also got a YouTube channel, which is called It's Time to Open Up, Not Man Up, but it's at John Randall 9053. I'm on chapter 14 so far. I do 3 videos a week, just talking about the chapters of the book, try and break it down, and have a general chat about men's mental health, trying to get the message out there that all the subjects that we do bury them, some people don't even know about, that we don't like talking about, or something that, we just don't go there. We just keep it locked in there and locked in there. And it's something we've got to open up about. I'm on TikTok as well, at RandallJ215. Again, videos on there about me, chapters about men's mental health, promos for the book. Just general stuff. Follow me, I follow you back. Like and subscribe, chuck me a message, get a community going, start talking about it a bit more. So I'm going to do chapter 14. It's unlocking emotional intelligence, the power of emotional literacy. Now, it sounds like a lot, but I was just trying to put it in a way, but now I'm going to try and break it down a little bit easier for you. So we're going to dive in, but we do overlook the skill of emotional literacy, believe it or not. It's a skill that's important. It's not a traditional thing, but it's a form of intelligence that, we don't think we've got, because we bury it all and don't let it out. It isn't about being able to name your feelings, it's about understanding them and knowing how to express them, and navigating them in a way that's healthy and constructive. So it doesn't come out wrong neither when you're bottling it all up, But here's the thing, we all do suppress our emotions, and we try and put that big shell around us and toughen ourselves up and just carry on regardless, really, without actually trying to feel them or talk about what's going on. Even though we're feeling it inside, and when we're feeling it inside and we don't let it out, as I said before, it manifests another way. You do things you don't realize what you're doing. Like I said, your eating pattern, you drink more, sleeping, you're angry a lot more, you're snapping back. It's because you've buried all that emotion in there. You don't know how, because you've never dealt with it before, you don't know how to actually express it properly. And it comes out wrong. So, and it is the consequences of leaving it for so long. It's such a long road, and you leave it for so long that you disconnect yourself from your feelings. Then you become either cold, or you become a person who's just, you don't know, you come across in the wrong way. You're angry or whatever it might be. You disconnect from yourself basically, and then you become a person. Then then you become unhappy in yourself. You're unhappy because, simple reason, you don't know how to communicate that emotion. You've never known how to do it, and you've always been scared to do it, or you just, and I'll be the first one to admit, I didn't have a clue how to start with them. I just bottled them up, and I'd snap at people and pretend like them feelings weren't there, they don't exist. But you know what? This made me worse. It's like, I don't know, trying to hold back a tidal wave with a sandcastle. It's just going to crash down, isn't it, eventually, But then I discovered that there is a power in embracing it and trying to understand it and, recognising it, label it, express my feelings in a healthy, constructive way, which means talking to your family. Like me, I speak to my kids a lot more now about how I'm feeling. Like my sisters, if I'm having a bad day, I tell people, I'm not feeling great, I'm a bit angry today. And then you go through and you work out why you're angry. You're allowed to be angry on that day. You're allowed to be sad. I said, for me, there's a lot of things that I've had to bottle up. And there's a lot of things I couldn't talk about. Even to this day, I said, like I told people the other day, I've had 18 years of bottling things up and 18 years not being able to say certain things, which I'm allowed to do now. And in time, I can say all the things I want to say. There's a lot of things I've gone through and done and signed up for that it has paid its way in my own downfall. Me not, just trying to live a lie, really, and not dealing with it and letting it for so long. So one thing is not being able to talk because of certain things. But the second one is you could have actually just said, I could have just said, look, something ain't right. I got into something, I can't get out of it, or I'm not feeling great. Whatever it might have been, money's not great, I don't like work. All these things I've gone through in all the chapters, all them things will build up. And because you don't know how to recognise that feeling, because you've been told to bottle it up, so you don't recognise what's going on. You know, you sit there and you wonder why you're angry. You just think, well, why am I so upset today? And then you look at a date and it was like, oh, that's the day Dad died or something like that. You don't realise that your brain remembers them things, but you're not linked together. So you're not able to let it all out. You just buried it so far back and you've suppressed it all. And you don't actually know what it is anymore. You know, so when you start working out, I don't feel right, I don't feel well, or my brain don't feel right, I don't feel happy for some weird reason. When you start talking about recognising, I'm allowed to be sad today because of whatever reason it might be. It might be not having a good day at work. A simple thing. But you don't want to tell no one why you're on a bad day at work. I'm not having a good day at work because I'm not happy in the department I'm in. I don't like this person, that person. I'm feeling uncomfortable around this person. All these little things that you think are nothing, your body will start reacting, and because you don't know how to actually express that emotion, it comes out wrong, and you just become quiet, or you just accept it. Just accepting it is the biggest problem. You just accept something, you're just going to carry on. It ain't going to get you nowhere, is it? But one day I realised, like, after all the stuff I've gone on and losing everything, like, a little light bulb went in my head. I said, John, you need to sit there, and like, I'm talking to my family, like mainly my sisters and my friends, and listen to what they're saying. You're allowed to do that. Why? You should say that. You should do that. And you think, yeah, I know. And suddenly I could put words to what I was feeling, whether it be sadness, joy or fear. And once I could name them, I started understanding. I could start unpacking where I was coming from, you know, and like taking steps to address it all, you know, with therapy, with people. You know, it sounds silly, but it is. You start unpacking, like, yeah, that hurt me. That did actually hurt me. Why didn't I cry at him, you know? Why was I really pissed off about that, you know? Believe it or not, it is, because you don't know how to deal with it. You haven't put a name on it. Because, again, we're taught so young, men have got to be men. And I've told you this, yes, men can be men, but they've got to be men. But men are allowed to have both sides of it. We can have feelings and emotions, fuck's sake. It annoys me. It really annoys me. And this thing, I realise, it is quite a big deal. You do actually realise you don't know how to put a label on your emotion. You don't, because you're not allowed to have them. You know? So now, I teach my kids and my son, you're sad, be sad. You had a shit day, you want to have a cry, you go and have a cry and let it all out. Because I'd rather you do that than bottle it all up and go and do something really stupid. You know? Get drunk, get in a punch up. You know? Do something silly, do more drugs, have a drink. You know? This is where, I'm not saying it, but this is where it leads you to. This is part of the reason why you go down that road. Because you can't put that emotion, you can't express it properly. Because you don't know what it is, because you've never been there before. It's been sitting there all them years, from like when you're 8, 9, 10, going up from a kid to a teenager. Once you start bottling it up there, that's gone. You don't know what that is. You don't know what it is till you get hurt or something bad happens and it comes out and you go, oh yeah, then you really fight it when you're hurt. I don't want to let that out. But also, emotional literacy is also just not understanding our own feelings, it's being able to empathise with others and recognise and validate their emotions too. So when you're talking to your mate or your kids and you see them upset, let them, understand it. Something ain't right. Are you alright? What's the matter? And they tell you. Then in a way, then they start communicating it better to you. So start it early. Notice the signs. Have a chat with them. Let them know, yeah, you're allowed to feel like that. You can be like that. And you can talk about it as well. Talk about it. Have a chat about it. Communicate it in the right way. Don't lose your temper because you ain't done it before and you felt like that. I don't like this feeling, this anger. No, just chill. Focus on the connection and try and understand it all together as well. So when you're feeling lost when it comes to emotion, you're not alone. We've all been there and we're still going through it now. It's one of the biggest things with mental health is not understanding your own emotions. Take time. Explore your feelings. Have a think about it. Try and get to know yourself on a bit more of a deeper level. Like, practice expressing yourself in a healthy way, constructive way. Have a sit there, have a think. Oh, yeah, hang on. You've lost someone. Have that little cry. Be angry. Let it out a little bit. Then talk to the people that you care about. Tell them, look, actually, this is how I feel. This is really how I feel. And remember, it's not just a skill, it's like a superpower. It will transform your life once you can put names on all your emotions. When you understand them a bit more. And it's like, really, you've got to really Understand, like, spend time with you. I said that. Spending time with you is the most important thing. Understanding you. And it starts with the basic thing. Emotions we're supposed to have them. It's part of being human. So when you sit there and you try and understand it, oh, here she goes. Look, that's my beautiful daughter walking past. Wants a bit of camera time. Must get it from her dad.
How's it throwing it?
Oh, there she goes. Beautiful Kira. I'm trying to teach Kira as well, like, instead of like pretending you don't want to talk about it by pulling funny faces, sticking your tongue out, which is, I know that you're uncomfortable with something, talk about it. Let it out. But also for the people out there, like all the men sitting there wondering what it is, why you're getting upset, why you're doing more weird stuff. Because believe it or not, it does come out in weird ways. I said to you, eating patterns. Look what happens when you start doing something. Like, oh, hang on, I've been eating a lot more lately, I've put a lot of weight on. Or these little things. Yeah, because maybe you've got an emotion sitting there that you ain't let out. Maybe you are uncomfortable. Maybe you are a little bit bored in what you're doing. And maybe you've got every right for it. I feel a little bit down. I don't feel quite happy here. What am I going to do about it? Well, firstly, get right with it. Work out what it is, what emotion it is. You're angry, you're upset. You're fearful of something. All these things are all there. Once you start working them all out bit by bit, you start understanding you a bit more. And it starts with you, spending time with you. Spend a lot of time with you. And make sure that you do that. If you get to know yourself on a bit of a deeper level in there and here, then you start being a better person. And you'll start getting to deserve what you want. What do I want from life? What do I deserve? That goes for all of us, not just men, all of us. Think about it. But also think about the part you play. You've done something wrong and you've been a bit of an arsehole. Work out why you was. Get right with you. I'm not saying everyone's saints. There are arseholes out there. But at the end of the day, some of us here, if we can sit down and work out being a better human being and starting fresh, it starts with getting right with you. Figure you out. Spend time with you. But remember, them emotions, it's important. You don't think it is, but it's important to start understanding them, what they all are. Why am I feeling like that? Then label them. Sadness, happiness, all these things. Even being happy sometimes is a shock to you, because you're not used to being bloody happy. You go, hang on a minute, what am I fucking happy for? Hey, we do it. When no one's around, we start judging. I was a bit happy today, I don't know why I am. Yeah, because you're all that emotion, you don't know, you've never had them all before. You don't actually know what they all are. You've kind of lost what they're all about, because you bury it all, so it becomes a weird emotion to you. Then you fight it, and then you block it. Especially men. We're the worst ones for it. This is what I'm talking about. I've done it all. Millions of times. Now I embrace how I feel. I have the odd cry. Because I want to. I've gone through a lot of shit. And rightly so. And I'm starting to reap the rewards. Slowly. Yeah, it's a slow process, but I was questioning good things. The book's doing well. I found out I like to do poetry. I wrote some nice songs. They'll be out soon. Watch this space with that. I've got ideas now. My brain is open to different things now. I've got some more good news coming up that I can't share quite yet, but I will do soon. And I've got things that I can finally talk about to the right people. It's took a long bloody time, believe me. Opening up, finding things out and being allowed to talk about certain things. And finally, I can. And in time, I can heal all them wounds. But it starts with us, again, start working out your emotions. Now, not saying really stupid, labelling them, but because you've buried it for so long, you forgot what they all feel like. Yeah? So that is now chapter 14. That's a difficult one, bit confusing to get, but it's actually more simple than you realise. Just spend a bit of time with you and figure yourself out on a deeper level. Think proper. So now I'm going to do chapter 15 probably on Monday night. I'm going to speak about mental health for our wonderful heroes fighting for us. All the people out there, all the veterans and all the people active duty that, support our country and fight for our country. I've got a lot of friends that have been in the military, and to be honest with you, they come out of the army and there's not a lot of things in place for them. Lost a few friends to it as well, not being able to quite get it right when they come out of, from out there on tours and doing what they do, and to come in straight back into this civilization without really having the time to get their mind right. I'm going to talk about that a little bit and just generally show my support to them, because them people, they're the backbone of our country, really. You know, people that fight for our country have got my immense respect. So I'll be doing that next on chapter 15. So now I'm gonna. My daughter's just got a little message for you. I've got to go right in with the camera. It is open up, not man up.
I kind of lost it from you.
But yeah, so she's it. That's it, exact words. So thank you for listening. I'll upload the video in a minute. Again, you can follow me on YouTube at John Randall 9053 or type in "It's time to open up, not man up." Like and subscribe. All the chapters are there. Let's get a community built. I'm on TikTok at RandallJ215. Again, follow me, I'll follow you back. Videos there, promos on the book, everything's there you need. And again, it's time to open up, not man up. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy your bank holiday weekend, whatever you're doing. I'm going to chill with my daughter now. You have fun, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.